Good morning, my friends. Today we are off to find some giants. I've parked here on Myora Road, just off the old Pacific Highway. I'll show you exactly where I am, because I don't think there's a street sign here. So keep a lookout if you're coming from Quarry on Gosford, which is down there. Keep a lookout for this sign here, directly across from, I'm not quite sure what this thing is over here. Attention, no public access. Gosford Quarry's entry. So I'm directly across from the Gosford Quarries. Over here there's enough parking for probably 3 or 4 cars. If those power lines weren't there, the big power poles, there'd be a lot more. Down there is Girracool, just to the right, the picnic area, and heading that way is towards Sydney. So this is called two things. Some people refer it to the Giant Cave Walk, and other people refer it to the Mega Cave. A lot of people struggle to find this joint because it's not marked, so you really have to do your research online. So this road apparently goes to private property, so just be mindful. I think you're parking on his driveway. You've got a gate here, so I wouldn't suggest you park in front of that. You could probably park beside those power poles here, but if these weren't there, then you'd have plenty of parking. But I've just managed to park my vehicle here. What we need to find, just up here on the left, I've told you guys many times in the past, if you can use power lines as markers, they'll get you to where you need to go. And this is where we have to go. This is called the Power Line Trail. So this will take us to the Mega Cave. But before that, about 300 meters, 300 to 400 meters down here, we'll come to a section where we can turn left. We're going to go visit the Mooney Aboriginal site. So we'll manage to get 2 explores in one on this first explore for today. And if I finish this in time, I'll then head off and try to find something else. But I don't want to, look at that, they've got wire on either side. They don't really want you going through here, so you'll have to climb through the fence. Yeah, I don't really want to commit to 2 explores because I've been coming across a lot of troubles in the past, and then I haven't been able to finish off that second explore. So let's get to that that road where we need to turn left and see if we can find these Aboriginal engravings first. You can save yourself some time by entering the gate that I did, where I parked my car at the end of this trail up near the old Pacific Highway, because this was the picture that I actually seen on site. So this is where you need to start the Mega Cave walk from. So where I've parked my car up there, walk down this private road. You notice his residence is up there. As soon as you get to the locked gate here, you can just squeeze on through, and apparently this is the trail that we need to head up 300 meters before we turn left to find the Mooney Aboriginal engravings. But if I was you guys, I would take the route that I did, and you will save yourself walking on that private road. All you need to do, as I'll show you once I get back up here to the crossroads. So I was a little bit confused when I entered through that gate, because I couldn't see that management trail sign, and I thought, but I can see the power lines, but I can't see the signs. So I have given myself a little bit of a shorter way to get there. So it looked like his property is up here as well. I could see a gate to the right here. Let me tell you, it is freezing. I left Manly Vale today with it being at 4 degrees, and in the car was fluctuating between 5 and 6. My hands are ready to fall off. So this is where I came from. This is the power lines that'll take me straight back to my car, but that's where they mention on the site to come in from. You see a gate down there, I gather that's his property. Well, we're going to head up here and see if we can find the engravings before we find the mega cave. About 100 or 200 meters down this trail, I've noticed a gap here. It doesn't mention to turn off the trail anywhere, so we'll keep on heading down there, but I just want to see what's up here. There is a big, large rock here with some scrape marks in the rock. Shit, this looks like an old quarry. They didn't mention this in the post that I read. You got some reeds here. Look at that. I wonder if this was part of Gosford Quarries as well. That was on the other side of the road. Maybe they quarried this side and for whatever reason stopped and then decided to head over onto the other side of the old Pacific Highway. Looks like some sort of city. Well, this was not part of the plans. I didn't know I was going to stumble across this. Can I hop down? If I hop down, can I get back up again? Well, we need to go and have a look down there, don't we? Oh, that's a big drop there. Ooh. Let's go have a look what's down here. I'll have to get onto Google Maps. Oh, Jesus Christ. We've got another drop. Oh, that's slippery down there. We've got a drop on this rock here. We got moss. It looks like we've got a pool here. This reminds me of the Urama Castle up there at Falconbridge we did when I first met Jules all those years ago. They had 2 stone-cut pools. That's an amazing place. You can't get into it now. It's pretty well barricaded. There's some signs of a fire there. So kitties have been down here keeping themselves warm. Oh, we've got a teepee. How cool does that look? Can I climb up there? That looks fantastic. I'm going to need both hands to climb up there, so give me a sec. what this is all about. Someone's did a good job. Whoever put this together's got some skills. I've seen plenty of reports from other posts of homeless people living up here on the Central Coast and coming across walkers and scaring them. So I wouldn't put it past that someone might be living here. There's some more of that shelter here. A little teepee. And it doesn't look very fresh. That hasn't been lit in the last week or so. There's the power pole. I think that's the track where we have to head down to the mega cave where those power lines are. Still got to find this Aboriginal engraving site first though. Just walking around it taking pictures at different angles, and I noticed these things. Again, I have no idea what they're all about. There's another one here. Plenty of frog life. You can hear them chirping in the reeds over here. Just got to get out away from that sun. There's another one there. Another one here. And this is where the froggies are going off in these reeds. Well, my guess it's a quarry, but if you're watching this video and you live in this area and you know 100% what it is, comment. Let me know. We'll head back over to where that teepee was. I got a few pictures of that. And then head along the top there and get back onto the trail, which is down here somewhere, and see if we can find the engravings. There is one particular engraving there that I really want to get a few pictures of, because it mentions it's only one of 4 that have been documented in the Sydney Hawkesbury district. Such an interesting place. See, this is why I said today the second explore wasn't confirmed, because you come across things that you don't expect. And I'll probably put another 15-20 minutes on my day here. You go searching for one thing, 2 things, and it ends up being 3, 4, 5 things. Just got to work our way back out again. Surely it wasn't some big mansion. I'm struggling to work out why this looks like a pool so much. This can't be the foundations of some massive castle, could it? My tip was an old quarry. Or should I say guess? Whatever mysteries you hide, my friend, will stay here. I'm off to find the engravings. You don't really need to jump down where I did. You've got a small trail heading around it, so if you do come and visit this little mysterious place, I'll just give you an idea of where I came from. So you'll be coming in from the track, which is down there. Just come straight up. I jumped down here, but you don't have to. just go in through the bush there and you can jump down a little bit further along. It's a lot easier than what I did down here. I'll give the person who put this sign up a bit of a tip. I had this same problem when I was down there at Guatemala. You see this sign that you've put halfway along this trail? Stick it up there on the main trail so people know to come down here. It's very easy to miss. I've read reports where people have said they can't find the Aboriginal site also. Leave this sign here if you want, but put another sign up there. How hard is it? At least we know we're going the right way now. Actually, I better take a picture of that. I'm surprised that it's not more signposted up on the roadway there, because you've got a big national parks and wildlife sign here. But if I didn't research this online, I would not even know this was here. Mooney Aboriginal area. Okay, here we go. I can already see some engravings there. So we need to look for the thing with the 5 heads. So this gentleman is possibly holding a boomerang. I don't even know if it's Aboriginal. You don't know half these things. Maybe someone's playing silly buggers. We've got a fish over here. That to me looks genuine. I'm gonna watch my shadow. Here he is. Okay, let me get my phone out and read what it says about this. This is worth coming here alone. Let me get my glasses up. Alright, says here, described as one of the most extensive art galleries in the Sydney Hawkesbury district, the site includes 2 rainbow serpents and an intriguing bulbous-headed figure, one of only 4 recorded in the Sydney area. Now, I feel privileged that this thing here, whatever it is, there's only 1 of 4 recorded. What the hell could they have been doing back then of putting those things out from its head? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bulbous. Is that a whale or is that the serpent they're talking of? Looks like a shark to me. These are the best engravings I've ever seen. I've been to a few Aboriginal sites. Kangaroo. Got a wallaby over here. Hope that's coming through the camera. I will take pictures of all these, but if you're into your Aboriginal artwork, this is a must-do. I think you'll be hard-pressed to find something better than this. Look how well they're done. A couple of fishies over here. It's so vibrant. Something here. This little thing looks like some sort of little man. Can you make that out? You see the 2 legs here. Looks like a little Ewok. We've got another fish and what looks to be a kangaroo. Nice tail there coming off it. can't quite make out what it is. This is fantastic. Another fish over here. I'll definitely be coming back here to bring some people. I know my friend Doc, he's got a couple of kids. They would absolutely love to see this. Another little wallaby here. Would that be the serpent they're talking of? No, it's another kangaroo. This one is actually hopping away. I hope that's coming through. This camera's just about to die, so I've got to keep an eye on the battery indicator. So this one's in motion. How smart's that? I'm going to have to retrace all my steps with the phone camera. But this thing here, wow, absolutely incredible. This is a video on its own. This will be combined with the Mega Walk and the Quarry, but you could do a video just on this alone. So I'm yet to see the serpents. Yeah, I don't know about this figure here. I'm looking at that thing, although I have seen that thing between its legs on other figures too. Bulgandry is what Bulgandry that we did with Jules a couple of years ago. I'm pretty sure. So I'm walking here where Aboriginals would have done that artwork hundreds of thousands of years ago. Another kangaroo. This one's a big one. Absolutely massive. As for the serpents, am I missing something? See, it's strange how there's nothing down on this end of the rock. They're all up the other side there. Now there's one little bit here. There's something here, but I can't confirm if it's a serpent. Maybe they're referring to the five-headed thing. Oh, here we go. Alright, there's two things here, and if you look here, some sort of fins, and one here, and that could be the serpent they're talking of. It even looks like an eye. It's a little bit of moss, but it actually looks like the eye of the serpent. That's one. And there is something here, I just can't work out what it is. It's separate to that one, but there's another one there. So these could be the two serpents. Right in the shade over here. Another little thing there. I'm not quite sure what that is. Oh, this is a kangaroo. So here's its head there. Its little paws. Its feet and its tail in the air. So I hope that's coming through as well. And I'd say this is the one serpent, but this one over here is the more distinct of the two. You see like little fins, I gather. One there, one there. So just be mindful if you come and visit this site. On one end you've got that bulbous five-headed figure down the bottom there. Make sure you come right up the other side in the shade here. And for whatever reason they've put the serpents all the way up here. It's interesting to see where they've put them. See, there's nothing along this stretch. Maybe they had rules back then of nothing could be engraved here. one last thing over here. Probably just part of the plant. Yeah. It's the same thing that was on top of the teepee. I don't know, is that a waratah? I've got no idea. Let's leave it down here. I hope someone hasn't ripped it off. Right, I'm going to get pictures of all these. So 10 minutes of filming around here. I'll get a whole bunch of pics just in case nothing came out on the video. Make my way back onto the power line fire trail, and we are then off for the mega cave. Okay, I've taken a whole bunch of pics. Awesome, absolutely awesome. Anything that I missed with the camera, I hopefully picked up with the video camera, and vice versa. I've had a real good look. This could be like a flathead or something, some sort of fish as well. But this is, apart from that thing with the 5 heads, or the 5 bulbuses, whatever it is, this kangaroo in motion is my favourite. This is just awesome. I think the sun is playing havoc at the moment. It's coming right over the top of me, but this is my favourite. As if it's running away. Even the front little paws are tucked in, like he's taken off, like he's come out of the bush there and taken off. The serpents up the other end are okay, not as visible. This kangaroo here is awesome. You can tell the difference between the kangaroos and the wallabies with their heads. So if you look there and over here, the wallabies are a lot smaller. Okay, that's it from down here, and this was the shark, yeah? I gather those 2 rib things there put it as being a shark and the fins. Okay, that's it from down here at the Aboriginal Engravings site up here at Somersby. We are now off to find the giant cave. See you later, brother. I will be back. I'll return with some friends in the future. So just making our way back onto the power line fire trail. I just want to give you guys clear directions. So you've come up from the gate down there on Myora Road. Keep a lookout for the 2 poles, okay? You've got 2 poles here, one with an arrow. Take the track off to your left. That's for the Aboriginal site. Once you finish that, come back onto this track here, and I can see the power lines up there in the distance. It does say to turn left 200 meters from here. So let's just see what that looks like to give you an idea. Because as I said, a lot of people I've read on that Central Coast bushwalking site have tried this walk, but they've got lost, or not so much lost, they just haven't been able to find it. Because there's not really many clear markings. I don't use sat-nav. I think there is coordinates for this. All I do is just get my research. I might jot down a few notes and a compass, and that's it, and trial and error. I make plenty of mistakes, don't you worry, but I'd much prefer to make mistakes, because I've come across things when I have that I wouldn't have if I went the correct path. So I gather this is what they talk about. We've got a power line here. Looks like some police tape. And if there's power lines heading down here, I would say that's the way. Well, this is the way I'm going to go anyway. So look out for these. As long as these remain here, this is what you have to do. Just come up the trail here and turn left. Once we get a little bit closer, I'll start filming and show you some markers so you know you're going the right way. So this is what the walk down to the mega cave looks like. I've just noticed the quarry is just in here. So if you do the Aboriginal side, come into the quarry and just work your way through the bush a little bit, you'll be able to join this site. You won't have to get back onto the main trail there. So be mindful when you're in there taking some pictures, look out for these power lines. If you can see them from in the quarry there, just come in through the bush or come out from the bush there and you'll join this track. And apparently this is meant to take us down to the giant cave. I can hear the F3 in the distance. The trucks and cars roaring, I gather, over the Mooney bridge, heading and coming down the hill, heading up the hill and down the hill. It's a little bit steep, but not too bad. We'll see what it's like a little bit further down. If you come down here after rain, which I gather has been earlier on in the week, you will find a boggy track. If you notice right here, there's really nowhere where you can go where it's dry. Maybe the high side here on the left hand side, but it's still pretty boggy either way. For me, it's not a problem because I got my boomerangs on. But if you've got shoes, be mindful not to wear the good ones. Otherwise you'll dirty them right up. I did read that we should see something down here that's caged up. That's one of the markers. So that's what I'm looking for down here. So the first marker will be something that's in a cage. And then once we get to the end of this trail, we then have to look for ribbons tied around trees, rock cans / teepees. So we're going to do a little bit of a hunt through the bush like we did with the Weenie Gap waterfall that me and Jules did earlier on in the year, where we had to follow the markers down. See here, someone's put a few rocks and a brick so they don't get wet. And be mindful, I can just see here, that's probably what the signs were up the back there when I started this trail, that these power lines seem to be awfully low to the trail. So if you're a tall gentleman, your head might touch. That's real low. It's a little bit ridiculous. Surely it's not live. I've got a sign there that says danger, Gemena gas networks, high pressure gas and oil main. Okay, I read or I saw a picture that there's meant to be some infrastructure down here that's caged up, that's part of that. So that's our next marker. Yeah, this is real low. Be very careful if you're walking down here. It raises up a little bit here, but this section here, danger. So it looks like we are coming to the end of the trail. I did see a track back up there on the left that I could have taken. It may lead me onto some other track that takes me down to the cave. They talk about a loop. So I don't know, maybe come down this way and then come up the other way. I've got no idea, but the directions that I'm going off have said follow this all the way to the end and you should see something in the scrub on the other side. Well, there it is. There's that cage. So there's the cage and there's the track. Okay, so the track back up there on the left hand side, I could have taken that. It's probably a little bit of a longer way around And the reason why they get you to come down this way is a bit of a shortcut. It is a little bit more precarious. You have to jump down a few rocks and stuff like that, but anyone that's bushwalking would be adapt to the conditions. It's not like if you're not a bushwalker, you're not going to be out here. Alright, so, and this apparently is the track to the mega cave. There's the cage, so that's a marker. So I gather they don't want you going back up the way you came down, and this is what they classify the loop. So we'll head back up here, and the first trail we see on our left, we'll take that, and that should join us back on to the power line fire trail. Let's just see what this is all about. I actually put down a few notes about this thing. Let me see what it says. It says Newcastle pipeline on it. Do not excavate. Okay, next to the fire trail on the other side of the scrub is a large cage protecting part of the Gemena Gas Network's trunk pipeline, which distributes gas between Sydney and Newcastle. That's it. That's the cage that they're talking about, so we know we're heading the right way. I'm surprised that there's no cameras here, although it's pretty well fortified. What are you going to do though? It's just a pipeline. Interesting stuff. We'll get a few pictures here, and we're getting closer to the F3 because I can hear it in the distance. I can understand now why people have trouble finding this place. This is the notes that I've got down in my memo. The fire trail now descends quite steeply toward the valley, with the M1/F3 Pacific Motorway and Mooney Bridge visible in the distance. Well, I still can't see them. Just before the fire trail abruptly stops is the start of the bush walking track to the mega cave. All right, so we're still descending down, but notice here you have got some markers. So this could be a quicker route down to the mega cave, or it could be something entirely different. So people may have come down here not knowing to go all the way to the bottom, seen these little ribbons here tied, a little bit of electrical tape, and headed down through here. But I'm going to go down with the notes that I've written. Maybe again that's a loop. You never know, maybe you come up that way. We'll soon see, but I'm going to head down here. It then says the trail generally, the faint bushwalking trail is becoming more obvious as the mega cave gets more popular, and ribbons and the occasional rock can/teepee also mark the route. So that's what we've got to look for. The end of the trail, and then we're going to head into the bush, I gather, on our right, if those ribbon/electrical tape's anything to go by, because I've got a funny feeling we may come out there to head back home. They're right about it being better marked. I'm still descending down, and there's ribbons all the way up here. There's one here, an orange one, and over here is a pink one. So two different people have marked the track there. Let's see if there's anything more down here. I gather they've done that because a lot of people have posted they've struggled to find it. So here's the pink one again. Same gentleman has put it on the high pressure post, a gas mine. and there's the pink one. So it looks like the person that's putting the pink ribbons is doing it on the left hand side, and the gentleman with the orange is on the right hand side. Maybe for people who are colourblind, who knows. And there's the F3 in the distance, and I can just see glimpses of the Mooney Bridge on the left here. So if that's anything to go by up there, it should be very well marked down here when I have to head into the bush, because it's pretty obvious that you need to walk all the way to the end of this trail, although it does go straight down. So I gather people get to this point and think, here we go. All right, so you don't go any further. This is where you head in. So it's a massive drop down there, which doesn't make sense. You've got a ribbon here, that same electrical tape that we've seen. Where did we see that? That was right up. Oh, that was the track coming out, so that makes sense. Maybe that is a loop. And you can see it's a well-worn goat track through here. There's the Mooney Bridge. Another one here with the same electrical tape. I wonder who discovered this and how long it's been discovered. I didn't find any notes to say what particular year. If we do manage to get to the second explore of today, which is down there on the Tunnel Fire Trail at Mullet Creek, that one was discovered in 1976, or recorded in 1976. I think it was discovered many years earlier, but recorded in 76. Okay, let's keep on going and see what this mega cave is all about. It's such a well-worn track, it must be very popular. I gather on weekends, I'm doing this on the Friday, so people are working today. I gather on weekends this is visited by a lot of people. So you notice here, there's a ribbon here. It's pretty self-explanatory, you don't really need the ribbons. But I noticed another couple, so you got one here and one over here. But you know, the track's so well worn, there didn't even need to be any of this here. Look, another ribbon there, another one there. Surely you don't need that many, you're disturbing the natural beauty of the trees. How easy is it? You can't, you know, you can see the trail itself. There's another one down there. Maybe someone can come past here with a knife or something and take half of them down. Trust me, if I thought it was hard to find, then I would tell you guys, but as soon as you find that initial little track off before the power lines sort of like jump off the cliff there, down into the Mooney, from there on in, it's easy. Okay, we've got some overhang here, and I did read it's saying you need to follow the cliff base. So I gather this will go all the way around. Although we're heading down again, so yeah, there's more markers down there. Quite an impressive little rock thing there as well. Great little cave up there. If you wanted shelter, this is perfect. There's another one up here as well. Just see if there's any signs of people being here. No. See, this one's fallen from the top. So we're going down now. But again, if you're here stuck and you find the weather turns on you, this is a perfect little spot to keep dry. If you remember when I did Bundina to Watamola, those people from New Zealand were absolutely saturated, and I managed to stand under that rock for about half an hour, and I kept it pretty dry before I made my way to the Watamola waterfall. So just down from this rock, you've got a ribbon here and another one down there, and it is a bit of a drop here, rather slippery as well. Just going to see if there's an easier way to go. I can get down myself, but I'm just thinking for other people. So down here you've got, see that ribbon there would have been better placed here. So down here you can grab onto this tree trunk and come down this way. But the way they've got that ribbon positioned right there, it gives you the idea to come down here. So maybe that's, although there's a ribbon up there. I don't know what that ribbon's over. Anyway, let's make our way down. And we've got another little drop here as well. Okay, keep on heading left and around. Okay, here we go. This person's got the right idea. Down through the gully. Maybe those ribbons are for on the way back, so you can see them. Maybe that's what that's there for. Maybe there is not a loop. So if I have to come back up through here, which again, all you'd do is you'd follow this cliff face. So it's on my right at the moment. I'm walking back up. Make sure it's on your left. Keep on following it around and you can't miss it. And again, listen for the freeway. The freeway is always next to you. That's what we, in 2020, when me and Jules walked the entire zigzag railway. Once we got down to bottom points, the track heading back, there was a loop, had extensive fire gone through it, and the trails were no more. So we didn't even know where we were going, we were just guessing. But I could hear the Bells line of road in the distance, and I was just following that. So keep a lookout, or hear, you know, for sounds and stuff like that. This is what they probably mean, following this rock. No ribbons down there, so I gather it's straight through here. You can see it's a well-worn path through here. So down here it can get a little bit tricky. They do mention that you need some sort of navigational skills, but I'm giving you guys things to remember, such as sounds and stuff like that. That F3, I don't know if it's coming through the camera, but that's loud. And it's always been on the left of me. There's another one there. Have a look at these majestic white, are they gum trees? I think so. God, look at them hidden down here. Just two of them, as if they were planted side by side. They look like the Twin Towers from back in the day. We're far down now. Again, there's shelter all along here if you ever need it. I can hear some sort of waterfall down here. I did read also, they said after rainfall you will go past some waterfalls. That is awesome. That's one of the most impressive white gums I've ever seen. I wonder if I can capture that in a picture. They've just been shedding the shit out of their bark here. It's everywhere. You ready? I'll take you for a tour up it. Oh, there's another one down there as well. Here we go. How great is that? I'm going to have to go over there a little bit, see if I can get a picture of both of them. Look how big the roots are on it. We're in nature now, fellas and felines. We are a fair way down in the valley. So just down from those two impressive gums, you'll hug the cliff here, and I gather this is the start of the mega cave. You'll get a little bit wet here, and it's continuously breaking away as well. See all these little pieces down here? That's from up in here. I wonder if the whole thing one day will collapse. It reminds me a little bit of St. Michael's Cave. I don't think I can get all this in. This is unbelievable. I don't know if pictures or video will do it justice, because I can't fit it all in. I did see someone had taken a picture from over on that side, I think, and two people were standing here and they look like ants. So it's either they've taken the picture from here and the two people were standing over there, or vice versa, but the two people look like freaking ants. Alright, someone's made a fire here. Someone has camped in the mega cave. So this is one of the giants that I came looking for today. Let me just see what the time is. It is 10:37. If I can start the other walk by midday, then I'll do it. Maybe this isn't even the mega cave, it still keeps on going. You know what? Apparently, I remember seeing a hole. So maybe this isn't even it. Maybe this is the start of it. There's some gaping hole. And in this one, okay, so this is where he's taking the picture. There's two people that were standing over there. So I need to turn this camera off and try to get a picture from here. I've done the best I can with the pictures. I don't know what they're going to turn out like. It's just too big to fit it in. Looks like little chairs. People can sit down. That's natural rock. And it just continues on. Okay, so there's that waterfall they're talking about. So we still haven't reached the mouth. There's some sort of little entrance that makes a great picture. We've got some footprints down here. Let me see how slippery it is. It gets muddy here. Plenty of boot prints. Someone slipped here. We'll go the high side, eh? Where this guy's gone. No more ribbons, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Should we head up here? Ooh, I don't like the look of that. Maybe that's why he slipped, because he came up here and he couldn't get back down again. That looks fantastic through there. Another world. I mentioned the other week that I feel like I was in the Planet of the Apes at the bottom of Bridal Veil Falls there. Well, I've got that same feeling here. If you've seen the latest version of Planet of the Apes Kingdom, you'll know that there's places like this in the film. I'm still yet to see that hole. How good does that look? So there was an unbelievable tree right here. It maybe couldn't stop growing anymore because it hit the top and it's just toppled over. It was right here. You see that one's taken a massive bend. Look, I guess I don't fall. You see this one here has taken a massive bend and then gone up over the edge there. But this one here has just snapped. It could be through water. But there was a massive tree right here. That is no more. So we're going to get to take in a waterfall as well. Just be careful along the top here, because there's a bit of a drop down there. You're not going to kill yourself, but you'll graze yourself. So there must have been some rain in this last week. Let's see if we can hop down here and get a better perspective of this waterfall. Whoa, loose rocks. That's the problem with holding a camera. I'm trying to look into the camera to make sure I'm filming, and I'm not seeing where I'm walking. See some footprints down here. Stunning. So this was the picture that I saw of the waterfall. So I've been lucky enough to capture it. I'm still yet to see the hole. Oh, God, that's sharp. Ooh, I don't like the look of that. I think I will just lean back onto this massive tree. I don't even know if we've reached it yet. We still might be heading towards the mega cave. Where do we go? Tell you what, there's a bit of climbing involved. Up and down, up and down. We may have to head down there, I don't know. There's no more, although we've got shoe prints here. Someone's following the base of the cliff. Make sure I don't get water on the lens. We had enough of that 2 weeks ago. I kind of hope this is a loop and it comes back out where that electrical tape was. Plenty of rock overhangs, you know. You got to be careful. They'll give way one day. You see all these ones here. They're a part of this overhang here as well. Let me just give you an idea here of how shallow the overhang is on this end. Okay, you see how small it is here? It's a little bit bigger here, but here it's not as big. These have all fallen off. So just be mindful when you're walking under. If it's your turn to go, you'll go. There's no stopping it. If it was my turn to depart this world, that would have fallen on me. No matter how much you try to avoid things, everyone's got their fate. As I've said before, I highly doubt mine's in the bush. Okay, so there should be ribbons starting up again. I didn't see any down through there. If there is still a bit to go to the cave, you should come across some ribbons down here. Oh, there's a nice view of the Mooney Bridge. So now every time I drive across it heading towards Gosford, about halfway along, I will look to my left and that's where the mega cave is. So I'm guessing that was it. The picture that I saw, whoever took that picture must have got some sort of artistic shot, because I didn't see how that could have been taken on the trail that I led. It says here, the trail then continues past the mega cave with a few more overhangs along the base of the cliff line, but none as large or deep as the mega cave. So that first little bit was definitely the mega cave. If it's been raining, you'll pass a small but picturesque waterfall which tumbles over the fern-covered cliff. We stopped there, we got a few pictures. A bit further on, a gap in the bush provides another view over the F3 and Mooney Bridge and the Mooney Creek. So I can see the creek down below, and there's the bridge with all the traffic. And then it says the trail ascends a little before it meets the power line fire trail. The rest of the mega cave loop is easy walking as it follows the power line fire trail all the way back to Myora Road. Okay, so I gather just up here, it is a loop. So I don't know if they mean go up there, or there was another little bit up here, up through there. So I'm not quite sure which way it is. Let's just try this way. If not, we'll go back to that other. But this is where you need the ribbons, right here. Looks like a foothold there. So it says it ascends a little bit before it rejoins the trail. It's very slippery here. Very slippery. Okay. Looks like there's some trampled bushes here. This actually may lead back onto that other trail over there. Let's just see where this takes us. And hopefully we are back onto the power line fire trail. You can see a small little goat track. Is that the one that would have come up? Yeah, I think it would have come up there. I'm checking for ribbons, but I can't see any. But once again, you can't really get lost because someone's left some rubbish, so someone's been up here. Because I've got the F3 in the background, and if worst comes to worst, oh, it's underpants. Someone's decided to leave his underpants here. I'll just follow the cliff line back. I'm trying to look for the power lines in the distance up there, but I can't see anything. So we can't be that close to it. Alright, let me try to scout around and see if I'm going the right direction, but there looks like to be a path in through here. I can't help you with the journey up, guys. There was no clear path and I've just come straight up the bush. I can just see some power lines now up the top there, but I would not advise what I just did there. That was just full on bush bashing. I did not see one ribbing. I'm sure there is a track down there somewhere that blog reports ascends up a short way. I don't know how it can be a short way. I couldn't see any power lines from all the way down there. You see, I'm pretty much above the Mooney Bridge now. I was below it before, but I can see power lines there. So it looks like I'm gonna get back onto the power line trail at a completely different spot. So I'll show you exactly where I come out. I am miles away from where I was supposed to exit, and I still don't have any clear path, but as soon as I could see the power lines. So I've just saved myself a huge trip back walking up that trail past the gas line. Oops. I've lost my thong. That's how thick the bush is here. It wants to reclaim my footwear. Okay. Wow. Look how far down we are. Is this the normal trail or not? This is not. Like I said, there's the trail there. So I never came down this far. So I gather the trail that we went down is all the way up there. This just comes to a complete stop. If there's a trail off to the left-hand side here, I'm going to walk it all the way to the end, because I gather that's got to come to a stop before it ends up in the Mooney. in the creek down below, and then I'll head back towards the car. Oh yeah, there's something down here. Not the conventional way, but effective nonetheless. Okay, so I'm going to head all the way down there, see where that goes, see if I can get some footage from down there. But we were meant to enter there, so I gather where that post says it ascends up a short way before it joined the trail, I hit a left instead of turning right, and then I probably would have seen some power lines, because these are completely different. These are dual. I'm pretty sure the ones that we were walking down with were single. Anyway, let's go down here and we'll see what's down here. This track or trail is fantastic. It's like it's loose bitumen, very grippy on your feet. Can't see too many tread prints from shoes or anything. No bike tires, no nothing. A few rocks on this end here. This is probably just going to be a clearer view of the Mooney Bridge heading up, I gather. There it is in the distance over there. Surely it's got to come to an end at some point, and I've got to try to make it back to the car, which will probably take me maybe 20 minutes. So this area, if you plan on doing this walk, the Aboriginal, the Quarry and the Mega Cave, you could probably finish it all in half a day if you know where you're going. Oh, it loops right around again. Okay, so here's a turning circle. So you'd back up into there and it allows you to get back up again. I gather they had to do this because if not, in wet weather, you'd have Buckley's chance of getting up here. All right, let's make it around that last bend and see what the view's like, and then we'll head back. And this is where it terminates. Nothing else down here. I think this is just to repair the power lines. Very few vehicles would ever come down here. And that's it, it just drops down into the abyss. You can see power lines all the way down there, and you see the Mooney Creek and the F3 with the Mooney Bridge here. So my advice, there's nothing worth seeing down here. If you take the correct path back up, which I didn't, you will save yourself probably 15 to 20 minutes. It's probably going to take me 20 minutes to get back to that trail where those signs were, and then from there another 10 or 15 back to the car. So I'll turn the camera back on once I get there, and hopefully it's nearing on midday where I can start this other walk. Definitely don't go to the bottom, because the walk back up even to this point is hard. Where I mentioned that turning circle right here where the vehicles can back up, and where this matting is here, this rock here, if you want to come down to this point and get some great shots of the Mooney Bridge, it's far better than where I was down the bottom. So I was down there, you can't see too much there, so it's probably worthwhile coming to here. You'll get some awesome shots with the camera. So that's coming down the hill from Gosford, across the Mooney, and going up the hill back towards Sydney. There's the creek. We've actually been under the Mooney Bridge with Doc several years ago. There's some four-wheel drive tracks down there. But yeah, definitely as soon as you get to this point where this huge ass rock is, take a few snaps and then turn around. This could be a perfect spot to show you the headwear I've got on today. Got the United States Navy Top Gun Fighter Weapons School hat. Top Gun. As for the shades, there's only one particular shades that go with these. The RB 3025s, the Top Gun glasses that Pete Maverick used in both movies. And as for the footwear, you'll see plenty of pictures with them today around the Aboriginal site that we visited. We've got the Boomerang Saltwater Dreamtimes 1 and 2. That's it. From here at the rock overlooking the Mooney Bridge, I'll see you back up near the car. That didn't take too long at all, probably about 10 minutes to get back up here. I was just thinking on the way back where I went wrong. When I started going back up the mountain after visiting the giant cave, I was looking straight up for power lines. I should have been turning back onto myself and walking along the ridge line on top and looking for power lines on my right. So that's where I went wrong. So I should have been looking for these power lines. Notice that they're single, and I was looking in the wrong direction. So as I was coming up, I turned left and I'm looking up this way for power lines. As you come up, ascend, turn right, walk back, the cliff will be on your right, walk back. As soon as you can see power lines up there, that's that little trail with the electrical tape. That'll get you back onto this one here and brings you back up again. Oh, it's a nice little walk. Okay, that's video number 1. 3 of them in there for you, action-packed. The Quarry, the Aboriginal site, and the mega cave. I'll just get back to the car to show you guys I haven't fallen down and broken my neck, and then we'll drive over to the next adventure. So once again, I've taken this little shortcut through this trail. What surprises me though is I gather that person that made the write-up online, who mentions where the walk starts from, the other gate near the private property, he doesn't mention this little shortcut through here. It was either not here when he put that vlog together, or he didn't know where this went, or maybe the barbed wire here put him off. I don't know, as you can see here, there's a fence on either side. But my advice to you guys is, where I've parked my car just here, I would park there. You see the old Pacific Highway's just there, up at Somersby here. And instead of going all the way down there, you can see where it curls around a little bit, where that sign would be on the lock gate. I would just come in through here. And then this trail joins that trail down there. Turn left. The first track that you come to on your left is the Aboriginal site. The Quarry's on your right. Come back onto the power line trail. And the second track is down to the mega cave. That's it from up here at Somersby. Thanks for joining me. I'm now off to the Tunnel Fire Trail to start the second explore. Until I see you for that adventure, adios.